But that kind of gets us into last week's conference championships. Tom Brady, who was not black, beat he and the Buccaneers beat the Packers. So I guess I have one more week to hold on to this. Patrick Mahomes is my last line of defense. But they won after it was an up and down game. Tom Brady gets off to a hot start. They're up big at halftime. He throws 3 picks in the second half. And through coaching decisions and bad just defense, they are able to hold on, which is weird because I've never seen someone throw 3 picks in the second half of a playoff game and the opposing team act like they don't want to win the game either. Deciding to go for the field goal on 4th and goal. Aaron Rodgers not running the ball on 3rd down when he had at least 3 or 4 yards that could have got them closer to the end zone. I don't understand the decisions that are made at the end. I don't understand what Kevin King was doing at the touchdown at the end of the first half. He looked like he was just running, all vibes, no coverage, just nothing.
All vibes, no coverage. No coverage, just vibes.
Kevin King.
Because it's like on one hand, I want to give Tom Brady the credit he deserves for being 43 and still playing at the level that he's playing at.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, man threw 3 picks in the second half.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Like
yeah, he did.
Oh, you can go.
No, okay. Luck happens, right? Like, because we could talk about the same thing about the Chiefs and still winning despite Chad Henne being the quarterback and Baker Mayfield choking a chance to get them up late, right? So obviously, like, breaks like this sort of happens. I don't think I'm as against the coaching thing because I think when you actually saw the game, the Packers only converted like 1 time in the red zone. It was like 3rd and goal, and I think it was less about, all right, Aaron could probably get the touchdown. Last time they tried a 2-point conversion, dude dropped it in the end zone. So I think they were more like, all right, let's get the 3 points on the board, and I don't have to worry about you messing up the 2-point conversion. Then the other thing, as for Kevin King, he played horrible. Like, just awful. And I know there are Packers fans that want to try to make the case, oh, they were screwed by the refs. Nah, you weren't. Not only did he stretch out the jersey to the point where he expanded that thing 2 sizes, he then went and grabbed it again.
But that Scantling pick was a hold, though.
Oh, it was, yeah.
That was a hold. And it wasn't just luck, man. Tom Brady threw 3 picks and like 7 passes. I was like, what?
He should have never. He should have never been passing on that first one. That made no sense why they threw that deep.
Bro, he was selling. That's what was going on. He was selling. It was like, nah, man. He was selling, man. Like, Tom Brady wasn't.
He was, but he wasn't alone though. Mike Evans was crazy. That second one was a drop.
Yeah. You telling me that second one was a drop? It was on his fingertips, though.
Nah, Mike Evans.
That was high.
If you've seen Mike Evans, he catches those like 9 times out of 10. That's why.
I understand what you're saying, but how you throw a ball too high for a guy that's 6'5"?
That's my whole thing. It's like, one, we got to get rid of this narrative that if you touch the ball with any part of your body, you need to catch it.
I agree with.
That is not how stuff works. 2, I get both sides. 1, it was clearly they clearly should have thrown the flag. My issue comes why weren't they calling the game like that for the last 3 quarters up until that point? Because they were letting them run wild out there, and
yeah.
I just don't get it because it looked like 2 completely different games. Like the first half, it looked like the Buccaneers were firing on all cylinders. And then you get to the second half, it's just questionable decisions the whole game, like questionable passes, questionable calls. like I understand the Packers having an issue converting in the red zone, but I don't care how old Tom Brady is. We're not talking about how he has to score a field goal or score a touchdown. He just had to get a first
down. Yeah.
I can't let him have the opportunity to do that without giving, like, we're just gonna go out some way, somehow with Aaron Rodgers and just, if it goes out, because the thing is now it becomes Packers coaching and Aaron Rodgers is upset. If you let Aaron Rodgers go run out there and he makes the bad play or he doesn't get it done, that's on him. You don't even have to worry about that.
But why didn't he run the ball in on third down? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That doesn't make any sense. Like, he didn't run. Like, he tried to throw it in Devontae double coverage. He should have ran.
He was trying to force it to Devontae all game. Like, the first time they were in the red zone, he targeted him 3 straight times, and none of them got him in.
Man.
I mean, it's tough to run on Tampa. It
is.
But, I think it's really – I just think that when we talk about that, like, we have to talk about their defense. Like, we can't just give all the credit to Tom Brady because it's like Tom Brady's, he's managing the game enough to where the defense can keep him in there. But it's like, man, if he throws 3 interceptions against Kansas City, it's a wrap. He's not going to be able to do that. And he's been throwing picks. Didn't he throw a pick in the Washington game too?
No, he did not.
He didn't? Okay,
no.
My bad.
Yeah.
He had touchdowns earlier in the season, but he hasn't – I don't think he's had that many in the playoffs leading up to this.
No, like, he had 393 attempts on the road without a pick in the playoffs. So, like, he was pretty efficient until, like, the end of this game when it comes to, like, throwing picks. I mean, I agree with you, though. The defense should get a lot more credit. Getting Villa back was huge because now you can't double-team either Shaq Barrett or JPP. So now you just got all of them rushing at you at once. But I don't think people should give Tom Brady credit for this performance when it comes to, like, how he was great or whatever. But I do think, like, doing what he is doing at 43 should at least be appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of old quarterbacks. That's what I voted. It's like Aaron Rodgers, 36. Drew Brees is just old. Tom Brady's 43. There's just a lot of old quarterbacks still running around the NFC. But going on to the other game, I did want to ask y'all, just in general, if you know a game, if you fully believe a game is out of hand, are you a bad fan for going to sleep and not watching the rest of the game?
I guess I don't fall asleep on my teams, but
I was about to say I've seen enough comebacks to where I don't go to sleep in those moments. But
I was having a conversation with somebody about this because the game that we're talking about, the Chiefs and the Bills, I did not watch the second half. Once the Chiefs reeled off 3 straight touchdowns, I went to sleep. Did not watch the rest of the game. Maybe that's because I don't have faith in Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
That's probably it.
I was just like, I'm going to sleep. But, yeah, the Chiefs won 38-24 in a 3rd straight AFC championship. I don't know if there's that much to say about this game other than the Chiefs played well and the Bills got off to a fast start. They just couldn't keep up, I guess. Josh Norman didn't cover anybody one-on-one.
I mean, that Chiefs defense – it's grounded in the shape. I mean, that secondary is stellar. We've seen that with, since really the New Orleans game, picking off Drew Brees 3 times, stuff like that. And, when you're able to do that and when you're able to be big up front like they are, it's really – it's interesting to see like what the Bucs are going to do offensively, because I think the weapons for sure, and if they want Tom Brady to hold the ball. I mean, I think they're going to adjust and try to have him get the ball out of his hands and stuff like that. But Yeah, I think with that we're gonna see a lot of things that Brady's comfortable doing. Like we're gonna see a lot more like slants to Scotty Miller and stuff like that. But I'm not quite sure like what the Bucs can do offensively to whereas if they put it in Brady's hands, like what's gonna happen? I think they're gonna have to shorten the game, to be honest.
Right. I mean, the key for the Chiefs is also going to be they have to stay, which is all right because if this was the Bills, I think I would actually favor the Bucs. They got to stay turnover free. Like in the playoffs, the Bucs have capitalized on almost every opportunity they have when the defense has gotten a turnover. The only time they didn't was when they were in victory formation in the Saints game. So the Chiefs making sure they don't do any turnovers is going to be key. I think they should be fine. They have a D-line with Frank Clark that can help get to Tom Brady and put a lot of pressure on the O-line. They also have, and this is kind of going underrated, the Bucs have a terrible special teams. The Chiefs, when it comes to kick returns, punt returns, one of the best units in the league. So I think if they can make sure they get whatever yardage they can off of that side of the field, that could be deadly moving in the Super Bowl.
As I said, I went to sleep at the end of the first. Yeah, I can't really add that much to it.
I mean, there were times back in the day though where I had to turn the TV off. Oh yeah, that was enough Chiefs for the day. Oh man.
Actually, I can't. Maybe if it was my team, I would hold on hope because I did sit there and watch all the Ohio State Alabama game, and I sat there.
Nobody asked you to do that.
Only time I ever turned off my favorite team was that Seahawks Broncos Super Bowl. That was the only time I feel like I've ever actually turned off the game because thankfully I was young enough that my mom had a bedtime for me when Florida beat Ohio State by like 45 in the national championship. I didn't have to watch that. But yeah, I'm telling you right now, if the Chiefs score all 3 straight touchdowns, I'm going to sleep.
That's fair.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that game? That scoring chart though?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Half, kneel down. Touchdown, touchdown. End the game. That's crazy, dog. They do that in the Super Bowl. That's a wrap. I don't think they will. But like, bro, that's every time you get the ball, they score.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No defensive touchdowns, no special teams touchdowns. 38 points. Just a pure 38. Like, what? That's crazy.